Hello, my RST1501 students. We interrupt our regular schedule to talk about Assignment 2. Assignment 2 is entirely about African religions. And guess what? As far as we're concerned, when you've done this assignment, you have been assessed on African religion, and we don't need to assess you on it again. That's right, there will be no questions on African religion in the examination. That's the way we've set this up. And we've never bothered to clear that with anybody. We just say, does this sound reasonable to us? So not tell anybody, Okay. So let me get this thing on screen. For both the first and the second semester, structure is really the same. Start off with 10 multiple choice questions just to sort of get the blood pumping and get you in the mood. Right, then there's a question 2 and a question 3, which asks you for a 1-page answer. And then there's a question 4, and everything you've done so far works up to this, especially 4.3. Should we talk of one African religion or many African religions? Why? Look at that word there. Why? In other words, everything you do in question 2 and question 3 builds up to that 4.1, 4.2, and especially 4.3. That is your conclusion. So what we're trying to show you here is how to structure an argument. Right, so I am looking at, excuse me for a moment, the first semester, but second semester is the same in principle. Right, 10 multiple choice questions, just to get us started. To make sure that you know where in your study material to look. Then we start with the real work. We start with a question on the trance dance in the San. Right, so the question 2 is on the San. And question 3 is on the Bantu speaking farmers. I think we discussed this. Bantu speaking is a linguistic term. Please, I know there's a whole political baggage. I wish we could get rid of it, but we can't. Right, so there we have it. Question 3 is on the Zulu, basically. And then in question 4, you bring it all together. Discussed the San, you discussed the Zulus, and now we bring it together. And we need to look at, are these two branches of African religion so different that we can speak of many African religions, at least 2? Or are they still similar? Now this is a debate that's been going on in religious studies for the last 100 years. And some people argue it one way, other people argue it the other way. So there is no wrong or right answer here. There is just the question of, can you come to a decision, and can you give reasons for your decision? And your reasons must come from the study material. And other material. See, but last year I had a student who wrote that it's a colonial trick and people are trying to divide us. But we know that the Zulus and the Sans stand together in solidarity. Okay, take that particular argument to political science, not to religious studies. Okay, your argument has to come from the religion. Okay, so the second semester, the actual questions differ slightly, but the structure is the same. What I've just said works there as well. Okay, please, behind after the questions, guidelines on how to structure the essay. Your essay should have a table of contents, a list of references cited, and a signed declaration on plagiarism. Okay, so plagiarism, I think it's somewhere else in here. We don't worry about the exact wording, and of course if you submit over MyUnisa, then it's a bit difficult to sign it, so if you just type your name, that's also signing it. Alright, but you have to have something in there saying, all this work is my own, I didn't steal it from Wikipedia or whatever. Table of contents, that's basically just saying question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4. Right, and right, what's the next? List of references cited. Now, it's a list of references cited. So people try to do this as a bit of an afterthought. Oh, I've seen them cite number 1, the internet. Number 2, Google. That's not a reference, and you didn't cite it. Citing it means in the text you put a little thing in brackets saying, I got this from tutorial letter 102. I know this is new to many of you, but it really is important. If you don't have this is first year, we'll probably deduct 10 marks or so. Second year, we'll deduct 25. And in third year, you're supposed to know how this works, and we will simply fail you. So learn how this works. There's a tutorial letter, I think it's 301, 302, one of those two, in which we explain exactly how to do this. Okay, so please take this seriously. Yes, we do deduct marks. If you don't have a table of contents, list of references cited, references actually cited in the text, and a signed declaration. We start to do this right now. Okay, are we all good? So, next question. Should you type it in and submit on MyUnisa, or should you write it out? Well, we prefer to mark on MyUnisa. It's much easier for us. But think about what's coming up a couple of months down the line. An exam. You will have 2 hours and a piece of paper and a pen. I've been there. I was a student once. I know, but unbelievable, but yes. And I know that after the first hour, the pain just shoots up your forearm. And the best way to prepare for that is to write your assignments by hand. It's inconvenient for me because I have to decipher your handwriting. Yeah. Of course, he said, I mean, my handwriting has driven 3 generations of teachers into early retirement. But yeah, I'd much rather read your assignment, mayonnaise, when it's typed out. But it's your choice. But doing it by hand prepares you for the exam when you have to do it that way. And you are the last students that will have to do this in RST1501. Next year, we are moving online, and there won't be an exam, there will be a portfolio, which we really will expect to be typed out. Okay, but yeah, luck of the draw. Okay, so that was it for assignment 02. Important, very important. I think you've all seen my comments on assignment 01. And really, if you haven't just gotten that out of your life yet, please do it tonight. Assignment 02. This is marks that you actually take with you into the exam room. This is important, guys. So let's do it. Okay, this is Prof. Classman Johnson signing off. Next week we will talk about Christianity. Bye-bye.